Okay, let's just dive right in. There's a massive crisis unfolding in the business world, and it's probably not the one you're thinking of. You see, the very rule books that built legendary companies are now the exact reason they're falling apart. We've got to talk about why our entire idea of what leadership is fundamentally broken.
So get a load of this number, 52%. That is the percentage of Fortune 500 companies from the year 2000 that are just gone, wiped off the map, acquired, went bankrupt, merged into nothing. More than half have vanished in about 2 decades. And the speed at which this is happening is just staggering. Back in 2000, if you were a big company, you could expect to be around for about 75 years. Today, that lifespan has plummeted to just 5 years. This isn't just business as usual, this is a full-on fight for survival.
So you have to be asking, what on earth happened? How did everything get so fragile, so fast? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was this perfect storm of huge global forces that completely rewrote the rules of the game.
Yeah, to make sense of this chaos, we've got to understand that there are 3 giant interconnected forces at play. These are the things that are turning the business world upside down and making that old playbook totally obsolete.
First up, globalization. This means your competition isn't just down the street anymore, it's literally everyone, everywhere. Then you've got digitalization. And this isn't just about fancy new software, it's about entire business models being created overnight that can disrupt industries that have been around for a century. And third, democratization. With all the information at our fingertips, customers now have all the power, and their expectations are higher than ever. So in this new, crazy fast world, holding on to that old playbook, well, it's not just a bad strategy, it's fatal. The very management techniques that used to promise success are now the #1 reason companies are going under.
And this, right here, is the absolute heart of the issue. For decades, organizations have made a critical mistake. They've confused managing work with leading people. They operate as if the skills you need to manage a spreadsheet are the same ones you need to inspire a human being. And that idea is just flat out wrong.
So let's really break this down, because truly getting the difference between managing and leading, honestly, that's the key that unlocks everything in today's world. Think about it like this. Work management is vertical. It's top-down, command and control. It's about processes. But leading people, that's horizontal. It's about collaboration, creating a sense of community, connecting with each other. One is built on control, the other is built on empowerment.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? You manage projects, you manage budgets. You don't manage people, you guide them. Your job isn't to control them, it's to create the conditions for them to soar.
Okay, so we've clearly defined the problem. So what's the solution? Well, thankfully, there's a new model, a new path forward that's actually backed by a ton of research, and it puts the focus right back where it should have been all along, on people. It's called human-centered leadership, and really, it's all about one thing: unlocking the incredible potential that's already inside your teams. This isn't just about getting through the next quarter, it's about building organizations that are so resilient, so adaptive, they can handle whatever the future throws at them. And look, this isn't just some feel-good, fluffy theory. This entire model came out of a huge 2-year study with Stanford University. They went deep inside 146 of the world's top companies to figure out what the ones that are thriving are actually doing. And what that research found boils down to 3 essential pillars. First is foresight, the ability to look around the corner and prepare for what's next. Second is courage, and this is so important. It's creating a culture of psychological safety, where people feel safe enough to speak up and take smart risks. And finally, there's wonder, actively encouraging the curiosity that leads to those game-changing breakthroughs.
But here's the most important part of all these models and all this data. This kind of change, it doesn't start with an all-hands meeting or a memo from HR. It starts with you.
You can't just download this new leadership style like it's an app on your phone. This isn't about learning a few new tricks or tactics. No, this is a deep, personal journey of growth and becoming more self-aware.
And in the end, it all comes back to this one powerful truth. You simply can't take someone where you haven't been yourself. You can't ask your team to be brave in the face of uncertainty if you haven't faced your own fears. Leadership, true leadership, is the profound act of going first. So the real question I want to leave you with isn't for your company, it's for you. In a world that is practically screaming for this new type of leader, where does your journey begin?